interfaces. As we have already discussed about Java abstract classes, in continuation with Java abstract classes, we go for Java interfaces. The interfaces allows full abstraction in Java, whereas abstract classes may or may not have the abstract definition of individual single method or multiple methods to create abstraction, whereas interface can create full abstraction in an object-oriented concept. An interface in Java is a blueprint of a class. It has static constants and abstract methods. The interface in Java is to achieve complete abstraction. There can be only abstract methods to be declared in an interface, so there is no possibility for defining a method in an interface is not possible. As well as by default, the methods in an interfaces are public as well as abstract. So we need not to give the public abstract keyword before the function declaration or method declaration. The method declaration to be terminated with semicolon. It never allows you to define with the block of statement and all. It to be given as a compile time error, and your interfaces cannot be instantiated. That means we may not able to create object with the help of new keyword. An interface is not extended by a class. They can be implemented and immediately they have to provide definition for the methods which are declared in an interface. An interface can be extendable to create multiple interfaces as well as multiple inheritance support. The general declaration as well as definition of an interface constitute just like in a class in Java. The keyword access specifier, which follows by a keyword interface followed by interface name. Within a curly brace, we have to declare any number of variables as well as any number of method declaration. As of now, interfaces allows variables to be defined or initialized, which means we may not able to declare a variable inside an interface. Similarly, your interfaces allows only method declaration. They may not provide any implementation. As of now, the interface have a facility other than a regular classes. The variables which are defined inside the interfaces are by default public, static and final. So once a variable is defined with final keyword, the value of that variable never going to change. It means constant. As well as static, the static field can be accessible through the interface or the class name is enough without creating any object. So these are all the extra features given for variables initialized inside an interface, and never we are going to declare variable inside the interface. Like that, the methods which are all declared inside the interfaces are by default public and abstract. If you are missing those two keywords in the interface definition of a method declaration, it may not create any error. Whereas if you are going to implement that interface in a class, should be defined with explicitly defined with the keyword public is must. Then only that method to be compiled and the class becomes instantiatable, or otherwise that class becomes automatically promoted to an abstract class, because the compiler considers to exactly matches the signature of method declaration inside an interface and the implementation of the class. So there should be a keyword explicitly present in both the classes public and the return type and the method name exactly and the number of arguments and the definition. This is the way the compiler is going to exactly compare the method which to be declared inside the interface and the method defined in the class, because there is a possibility a class may have overloaded method or method overloading supported by Java. So if more than one methods are there, that to be differentiated with either access specifier or otherwise the return type or the number of arguments and so on. So exactly which matches with the public keyword is explicitly given in a class definition only. The interface is completely defined in the class and it to be eligible for object creation. That we have to keep in mind. And the best example for interface, how we are going to define, how the class will see the or the compiler will see the interface definition. See that we are defining an interface with the privileged definition. The keyword interface, printable, curly brace, int min equals 5, void print. So the interface's name is printable, and by default which have a access specifier within a package or within a directory, this interface is publicly accessible because default modifier we are given, and there will be one variable initialization is given, which is of data type integer, and the name of the variable is min. By default, Java promotes the constant variable declaration and definitions to be given with capitalized in all the built-in classes, and built-in constant variables are defined like that. The similar way we defined int min equals 5, minimum equals 5, the value 5 is never going to change. And there will be a method declaration called, the return type is void, and the method name is print without any arguments or no arguments. So this way we are defined the interface with a name called printable.java. How the compiler looks this interface into its scenario will be given in the right side, which shows that interface keyword and the interface name, and the methods and variables to be automatically embedded with their by default nature, that is public, static, final, and then the keyword and the variable name and the initializable value. So these signatures are automatically embedded during the compilation of an interface, as well as the method declaration void print attached with public as well as abstract, this to be automatically performed. So the definition of that method in a class should have public is explicitly required one. So that we have to keep in mind whenever you are going to implement the methods defined inside the interfaces into a concrete classes. This will be an example for the definition of an interface. Here I defined an interface called course, which have two predefined variables, that is constant variables called course code and course name. The course code is 15C51C and the course name is Java programming, and there will be abstract method which declare inside that course interface as void register. So those classes they are going to implement this interface should define public void registered method with their own definitions. As per their logical idea they have to define. So all those classes, those who are implementing this interface must implement this method definition. And how we are going to implement the interfaces in the concrete or regular classes? Just like the super classes and derived classes are inherited by using a keyword extend, there will be another keyword called implements, which is used to create an interface or the relationship between an interface and a class. So the general syntax is keyword class followed by class name and followed by implements keyword followed by interface 1 comma interface 2. Like that you can implement any number of interfaces into a single class. So multiple interfaces can be implemented in a single line within a concrete class. Suppose there will be a situation you want to derive an existing class as well as you want to define more than one interfaces into your derived class. In such scenario, the syntax to be changed to class keyword followed by class name followed by extends keyword followed by the base class and then implements keyword followed by interfaces. So if there is a super class base class derivation as well as implementing an interfaces are there, the first priority given to extends keyword and then implements keyword. Okay. This is an example for how to implement an interface into a class. We have an interface called drawable with only one method void draw, and there will be a class called rectangle which implements the drawable interface. It should define the method void draw by public void draw. Here the keyword public is explicitly defined, then only the compiler will compile and make your class eligible to create object to access its own method as well as that draw method. Here for implementation purpose we omitted main method. So when I am going to create an object for this class rectangle or equals new rectangle, and I am going to invoke the method r.draw, will producing an output drawing rectangle. How we can implement multiple interfaces to be implemented into a single class? This is an example for it. Interface printable, which have one method, and another concrete interface called showable, which have a method called void show. There will be a class A7 which implements both the interfaces. So simply you have to give printable comma showable. So the order of interface names are not mandatory or not compulsory into specific order. You can give in any order, and the method definitions also may be in any order preferable by the implementing user. So here both the methods print as well as show defined explicitly with the keyword public, and their definitions are going to print a welcome message as well as hello message. In a main method, we are creating an object for the class A7 and we are calling the print method as well as show. Immediately the control will move on to the definition of methods and display the content. So this is a way we have to implement interfaces, multiple interfaces into a single class. Likewise, an interface is also extendable or inheritable. Java allows interfaces also inheritable by the way of using extends keyword. How this interface extension is helpful to the user. So I may not able to create multiple individual interfaces. Instead, you have to create the interfaces which are more relevant to be inherited. So the user need to implement one interface which allow the user, or it will prompt the user to implement all the methods. That is very much helpful to the implementing user. So the class inheritance is class extends derived class, interface implements by a concrete class, base interface extends by derived interface. Simply like a class inheritance, we are going to inherit interface also. So this is an example what we have discussed earlier with the two individual interfaces, printable and showable, now to be converted to inheritable interfaces. So first I create the first interface printable with the method void print, then the second interface showable which derives from printable, which means the method print is now one of the member of that showable interface. So when I am going to implement that showable interface into any of the classes, obviously we are going to define two methods, one is print, another one is show. Otherwise that class becomes an abstract class, we may not able to create any object for such a class. So in the implementation part, we just mentioned that derived interface name is enough for defining both the methods of the interfaces. This is an alternate way of implementing multiple interfaces in a single line with comma separated definition. By that we are going to define them into a extends keyword also. What is the difference between interface and abstract class? When I am going to use interface, when I am going to use abstract classes. The major difference between interface and abstract classes, by default the methods of Java interfaces are implicitly abstract and by default they are public and they cannot have any implementations of method. That means there will be a termination point comes after the method declaration. Whereas in an abstract class we may have abstract methods as well as a regular instance method with their implementations also possible. So that abstract class is called partially defined class, which have both the definitions, definition oriented methods, definition less abstract methods also. And variables declared in a Java interface is by default static and public static final, whereas in abstract classes may contain non-final variables, non-static variables and non-public variables also. So any kind of access specifications to be qualified for a variable. And the members of a Java interfaces are by default public, both method as well as member variable, whereas in a Java abstract class can have the usual flavors like all the members may be default specification, or some of them restricted with private and some of them defined with protected and some may be public, or all may be defined with public. That is depends mainly on the implementation of user choice. And an interface can extend another Java interface only. That means an interface cannot be implemented by another interface, whereas an abstract class can extend another Java class, only one Java class, and that can implement any number of multiple Java interfaces. We will see an example demo, continue with this lecture series, and then we discuss about package in the next series. Thank you.